Hey guys, this is April at Georgia Mom Plans. I have another plan with me for you, and this is for the week of January 9th through the 15th. And I am using this gorgeous kit from Letters to Apollo. I think this kit was intended for a New Year's kit, but I figured it still worked in January, and I was just so excited to use it. This is a rose gold foiled kit, which is not something I would typically use in January, but it's just so gorgeous, and I'm excited to try it out. She does something a little bit different in her kits, and she does little like color swatches so you could use for your date covers, and then she prints the dates in a foiled strip, so you can really customize your date cover section however you would like. So I'm going to pull this torn washi strip and put it in the top left corner, and then start layering the watercolor swatches where the date covers would typically go. I am going to kind of move this around a little bit and play with it. This is like a new layout for me. This is only the second spread I have done in my Planning Roses planner. This is my memory planner. So I like to have fun with this and make it just pretty and fun and foiled and all the good things. So I pulled a January script from Paper Trail Plans, and I'm choosing some deco to put here in the left top corner and layering the January script over that. And then I am picking the quote box here to go in the corner, the top of my sidebar here. And this quote box says, "Close your eyes to old ends and open your heart to new beginnings." Really pretty. I am pulling some foiled deco here. I use rose gold the least of all my foil colors, but I do have a ton of samplers here that I thought would work well. Just some pretty deco. These are some like string lights, and I think this freebie was from the Pretty Pink Co. So I'm putting it here between like the deco and the top of the full box just to add a pretty foiled element. And then she has some skinny headers here. So I'm doing a skinny header, and then my habit tracker, I'd already put my vitamin script and marked off the habit tracker, and then I did another skinny label, and then she has just this empty box here that you could use as a weekly tracker, or you could use it as a quote box, however you want. I'm using it as a weekly tracker for my dinners. Then I am doing another skinny label, and then pulling a half box to put my favorite thing of the week, and then doing one more skinny label. And then at the bottom, I am going to do another piece of torn washi and just trim it to fit the space. And then use some deco just as a full box here at the bottom. I am going to have one extra full box from the kit that I could have used, but I really like using these decorative elements and kind of layering it and making it, something unique that's not just a printed element from the kit. So I put two strips of that torn washi here, and then pulled this little bathtub deco and just put it right in the middle. And I think that looks really cute. So moving back to the top, like I said, I'm going to change this quite a few times. I decided that with the other deco that was in the kit, I'm going to layer it kind of between and underneath the little date cover sections, so I can kind of make like that same layered look. And now I'm putting the foiled date scripts here at the top, and I'll pull some date dots to go with those as well. Now moving on to the second half of the week, I am pulling more of the deco. This little hanging light deco that I just put down is super cute, and I'm going to have some layering fun with it once I get down there to put the date covers on. I kind of layered it around this section, and I think it looks really good. She had another little torn washi corner that I put in the corner, and then just put the rest of the deco. It wasn't a ton of deco, and it was a little bit big, so I just had fun kind of mixing it around. And then I'll also pull some foil elements to fill in as well. So here I'm putting down those watercolor swatches the same as I did in the first half of the week, and then I will layer the scripts over those. And then here I'm pulling that foil deco. This is the same deco I pulled for the top of the sidebar. Again, I think this is from the Pretty Pink Co., but I'm not 100% sure. It was a freebie in an order. I have not actually ordered from that shop, but this foiling is really pretty, and I think it added a nice little touch, putting it on top of the stake cover section. So I'm just trimming off the excess here. I do love decorating the date cover section. I'm not near as creative as some people, but I do think it's fun. It's a nice little creative element, and it really helps me use up my stash because I have a lot of stickers. So this is where I am layering those little string lights. I'm pulling a few of them to go over the date cover and then having a few stay underneath. So it's just a pretty little layered section, and I think it turned out really pretty. So I am liking how this is looking. Got some foiled bits. So now we're going to move down to the headers right underneath the date covers. I did pull the foiled pink headers. They're just kind of scattered dots on these. The pink color in this kit is really pretty. It's like a muted pink and some tans and browns. So not in your face pink. It's definitely not a kit that I typically would pick for January, but it turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous spread, so I'm really glad that I used the kit. I definitely could see using this in February too, but it was called New Beginnings, so I felt like it was appropriate in January. There is a clock on one of the full boxes too, so I really do think she designed this as a New Year's kit, but I'm happy that I used it. And this is actually my first ever kit from Letters to Apollo. I've used a ton of her scripts and icons, but this is the first ever kit. And I really, really like the format. It worked very nicely for me and had a lot of decorative elements. So just trimmed off all the excess around the top there. And now moving into the bottom washi. Her bottom washi is 2 strips, one a little bit larger and one skinny, and they are both foiled. So they are both also full size washi. And since I had done that little decorative element in the bottom left corner, I did have to trim off the washi here on the first half of the week. But if you didn't want to do that decorative element, this washi would go all the way across. So just saving those 2 little bits in case I want to use them later, and then moving on to the second half of the week, layering down both washi strips in the same way. I do really like the Planning Roses planner, the space that she gives at the top and the bottom. It leaves me a ton of space during the week to actually plan. I feel like some planners just have too much space at the top and the bottom. I really want to fit as much as I can during the day. And if I want to go over the pre-printed lines, I can if I want it to be shorter. So I appreciate that. Here I did not cut quite through the sticker, so I'm struggling to get it off. But this Planning Roses planner, I have not had any problems pulling stickers off the paper. I have no rips or anything. So that has been really nice. So I'm adding a few more little foiled bits to the top just to make it a little more sparkly and fun, filling any spots that I thought needed a little something extra. And now I think we are going to move into our full boxes. I like to really think about where I'm putting my full boxes so that there are no colors right next to each other, kind of mix up the flat lays, the decorative elements, and the floral elements. And if I ever am going to have one box left over, it's going to be a floral box. I like to use all the decorative elements that come in the full boxes. The floral ones are definitely my least favorite. So here I'm swapping out which box I put there on Wednesday just to make sure that I had the colors broken up. And then I am using these kind of light brown tan headers. They just have a rose gold line, and I was looking at the previous week to see how I did my full boxes because I like to mix up the like pattern or direction that my full boxes go in so that I'm not having the stickers right on top of each other week to week. So it helps decrease the bump a little bit and keeps my spreads looking different. So the second half of the week, I am putting 2 full boxes down at the bottom of the day and then putting the rest of my headers on. I really like keeping Saturday and Sunday boxes next to each other, whether it be top or bottom. It's just something I really been enjoying. I feel like I do that almost every week, but I keep the other boxes kind of scattered. So now I am pulling my date dots here. These are some foiled date dots from my Spoiled Planner. So I'm going to put those down. And when I laid down the foiled dates, I did not really leave myself a ton of space for the date dots. So I'm trying to fit those in. I have to move a few stickers around a little bit, but getting those filled in. I do really like using these every week, especially this planner is an undated planner. So I really like to have the date dots every single week. All right, so here is my base spread before the pen. I always like taking a look at this and just seeing the pretty base with all of the foil. So now we are going to get into my day-to-day plans. I am using the small shapes here. She has a mixture of scallop circles, regular circles, and hexagons. So I'm going to use those to mark just small things. The first thing was marking a little family breakfast. And then I'm using a little watercolor swatch with a daycare script from Paper Trail Plans to mark dropping my son off at daycare. And then the kit icon grocery cart to mark picking up my groceries. And then for work this week, I am using these scallop boxes, or excuse me, these circle boxes with a work script from my Spoiled Planner. I really like marking work every single week because it's such a big part of my day. And then I am using these foiled script and icons from Nicole Alexia Designs to mark doing some reading. I try to do that on my lunch break. Most days I either read or watch some YouTube videos. And then I pulled a little midi square box here and a toy icon from JK Creates Co. to mark playing outside with my son. And then this was a big day because it was the college football national championship game, which my team, the University of Georgia Bulldogs, was playing in and won. So I pulled a football from Fox and Pip to mark watching that game with my husband. And then I just pulled some foiled deco here from another sampler just to fill in that section because really that was our entire night was watching that game. And it was a great game. So then I pulled this Once More with Love family to mark cuddling with our son. Our morning cuddles are some of my favorite. And then I did another watercolor swatch with the daycare script, again from Paper Trail Plans, and a scallop circle here with the same work script from my Spoiled Planner. And then during my work day, I chatted with my cousin for a bit. So I pulled this foiled phone icon. This shop is now closed. It was from Idaho Paper Co. And then I have this sampler from my newest addiction. I pulled the house foiled sticker from there to mark our Peloton getting delivered. And then Once More with Love sticker to mark picking up my son from daycare. Pulled another midi box here and the same toy icons from JK Creates Co. to mark playtime with my son. And I also pulled in a Griffin script from Planting Roses as a custom script. And at the bottom here, I just pulled this plain little box and a planning time foiled script, again from Paper Trail Plans, some of my favorite scripts for getting some planning done that night. Moving on to Wednesday, I used the little scallop shape here at the top to mark a family breakfast. And then I pulled a little half scallop from the kit with a foiled script from Scribble Prints Co. to mark cleaning up some. It just says tidy up, and this is one of her old script samplers. Then I pulled one of the small, like 8th size boxes to mark a meeting I had for work, and I pulled this meeting script again from Paper Trail Plans, foiled script there, just getting that box a little bit more straight. And then I pulled one of the little 3 bow checklists from the kits and put this down. I had to run some errands with my husband, so I thought this was a cute way to mark that. I pulled an errand script from Kinsey's Creations. That shop is now closed as well, and those other 2 bows will be for the errands we ran. Then I pulled a quarter box here with a Clever Gal Crafts heart. This pink is a little bit bright for the kit, but I still used it. It's not that bad. That was for a play date with my son's friend, and then my camera died for just a second, so you missed me putting down a shoe for my first Peloton ride, a kit icon for cooking with my husband, and then I pulled a little midi box with a foil TV for watching Community that night. Then I pulled another shoe here to mark my Peloton ride. My goal is to ride in the morning. Those shoes are from Tasseled Planner, which is a shop that is now closed as well. Then I pulled another little scallop circle to mark family breakfast. And then I'm pulling another watercolor swatch. I'm actually going to cut it in half and use it since it's a little bit bigger. Use it both days to mark my daycare drop off with my son, and using the same script from Paper Trail Plans to mark daycare drop off. And then again, pulling in another one of those scallop circles. It was a little bit big for the space, but I just layered it over the header and it looks okay. And then I pulled my same work script from My Spoiled Planner to go over that box. And this day, I was so excited. I had a facial, which I have not had in I think like 8 or 9 months. It had been a while. So I pulled this little Me Time Girl from Fox and Pip to mark my facial. It was so nice and my skin felt so good after. I really have to be better about doing those more often. And then I pulled this little watercolor circle from the kit with a Once More with Love sticker to mark cuddles with my son when he got home from school. Then I pulled this little lace midi box, which is really cute, and put it here at the bottom and used my planning time script from Paper Trail Plans. And then I used a quarter box at the bottom that had some little foiled hearts to mark dinner and watching Community with my husband. I really like how these different, size boxes look by each other. I don't like putting like 2 quarter boxes back to back, but I like how the different like size boxes look. I think that looks really cute. So moving on to Friday, I again rode the Peloton in the morning. I've really been enjoying that. So I put another shoe here at the top, and then the second half of that watercolor swatch to mark my daycare drop off. And I just swapped the directions of the swatch so they weren't the exact same right next to each other. And then I used another circle sticker from the kit to mark work with my same My Spoiled Planner script, which I don't even think she has those in the shop anymore. This was one of my first orders from her. Then I pulled a foiled camera icon from Magic Prints Co. to mark some filming. And then this little leash icon for walking my dog. That is from Rose and Tea Shop, which that shop is now closed as well. Then I pulled this watercolor swatch with another Once More with Love character to mark playing outside with my son. And then this little like cleaning icon, again from Rose and Tea Shop that is closed, to mark cleaning up. And then another little midi box here at the bottom, and I'm pulling another Clever Gal Crafts heart to go with that, and that's for playing The Office Trivia with my husband. He got that for Christmas, so it was a fun game. So moving on to Saturday, I pulled a pink Winston in the car from Nightingale Paper Co. to mark driving to Augusta. And then I also pull an Augusta script from Paper Trail Plans. This was a custom script that I got from her shop. That is my hometown, so I drive there pretty frequently. So I put that here for marking driving there. We got to finally do our family Christmas. We had a lot of sickness going around, so we finally got to do it with my dad and all of my sisters. So I put a half box here, and then I pulled the little present icon from the kit to mark family Christmas. And then I pulled the little hexagon shape to mark taking lots of sister pictures and cousin pictures. And then another heart from Clever Gal Crafts to mark visiting with some family. Some of my cousins and my aunt came over to visit and see us and my son for a bit. Then we drove back home, so I pulled another midi box and a little bunny icon or character from Once More with Love to mark playtime with my son once we got home. Then I pulled a lace box and a Once More with Love grandma, which I love this grandma. She is so stinking cute. So I put that there for my mother-in-law coming over and playing with my son for a bit. And then I pulled one more foiled TV icon for marking the community finale that my husband and I watched that night. So I pulled another shoe icon for Sunday morning, another Peloton ride. I'm really proud of myself how much I've been riding, and it's been fun marking. Then I pulled another little circle sticker to mark our family breakfast. And then I pulled a quarter box here, another midi box, and a Fox and Pip mother and son for cuddling and hanging out with my son, and another custom Griffin script from Planning Roses. Then I pulled the little clock icon from the kit to mark having some planning time during nap time. And then one of my best friends and her sons came over, so I put a little quarter box here with another Once More with Love character for playing outside with all of our boys. She has 2 boys, so we got lots of playtime in. So I put a little character here. I'm trying to decide which one I want for playing outside. And then I pulled a beer icon from Hey Soul Sticker for going to a brewery with them and hanging out and having a beer. I pulled another little scallop circle here for visiting my husband. And then this stack of books from a shop that is now closed, as well as this Relax and Read script from Planning Roses for just reading this night. And then a small, like 8th box here at the bottom with one more foiled TV for the new show my husband and I started watching on Netflix called Pressure Cooker. So that is everything before the pin. I'm going to go get everything filled out and then show you how it looks. Here we go. Here is my completed spread. I have everything filled out, and I just love how this spread looks. There's a ton of foil. Look at that sparkle. It was a fun week, and I got to fit in a lot of stuff. Here's what I have left from the kit. A few boxes, a full box, a few foiled elements. Yes, I will have all of the shops linked below that I used. If I forgot any, let me know. If you are not following me already, go follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Georgia Mom Plans. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not already, please subscribe to my channel. I do upload videos every single week. And I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!